Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Okay, so we're doing ad campaigns now. So I did this, if people probably already know, so I did this on GPT, ChatGPT. So I had an interview a couple of months ago for like some jobs, and the guy was, they never got back to me, don't care. So it's kind of like for an ads campaign. They wanted to know how I can do it. I was telling them I can do AI and everything and all that type of stuff. So I did it with AI, I did everything. I did it on GPT. DeepSeek is a lot better, but I did it with GPT, and this is what GPT did. So I just converted it. So I used to work for a plastics company, and as they say, the guy isn't tech savvy. I'm not too sure if it's still in business. With the AI switch and everything now coming, if they are, they're more than likely bleeding cash, because AI is just taking over everything. So there's that, and there's now widespread panic. Again, I have nothing to panic about because I'm the one who's using it and training it, so it's all good. So I did an ad. So I used the plastic stuff for the other people. It didn't get back to me, so whatever. I did the GPT version. I'm doing the DeepSeek version. So this is what the GPT version did for me. Here's everything, all that type of stuff. So what you would do is that if you have an ads campaign or whatever company you're doing, whatever it could be, if you have any previous work, that's great too. The more information, the better, because as they say, the more information you throw into this, the smarter it can get. So I did this. This is previous. I even took the template and everything, and then this is what it did. It did it in a minute and a half. It doesn't take that long, but again, this one was a little bit more beefy. So it took a minute and a half. Gives you the time on the DeepSeek. Make sure you have DeepSeek on, and if you want to search anything for web purposes, so for extra research, make sure you hit search the web right there. Search the web when necessary, and as well, if you don't have it on, and something else, if you have it on the cloud or anything else, make sure to hit the attached files. At the moment, it only does text extraction only. So if you have any photos or anything, that won't go. But if you are using when the R2 comes out, which is going to be pretty soon, they will be adding photo support and everything. So that's going to be great. They're going to be adding some other stuff. I'm really excited for this. I'm a big fan of DeepSeek. I'm also a big fan of other stuff, but this is everything's up, as I say, you don't have to pay one or nothing. Everything's just up front. This is basically DeepSeek R1 is basically the same version as the ChatGPT Pro, whatever they call it, whatever they call it, better explanation mode or something like that. So all the pro features, so better search, you get better explanations and everything. So with ChatGPT Pro or Pro Plus, so pretty much all that is basically free with the DeepSeek R1, and it's straight up. They don't no pay one or nothing. So you have again all the pro stuff like deep research and everything, which is all in ChatGPT Pro. They actually now have it for free. I think GPT is trying to bring some of their features now because the Chinese DeepSeek and Quen, that's another one, are taking up the market. But everyone thought they were crazy, but they're not. They want as many users as possible. Maybe later on they might pay, probably, but at the moment they want as much people to use it, and it's going great. So basically, if you don't have it, I would definitely get it. Because this is, imagine that all the pro features, so deep research, expanded knowledge, all that in the pro, right here in the R1 for free. Click that on, that's it. So it analyzed everything in 68 seconds. So this is from there. Okay, so this was a campaign for Google, Bing. I know Bing ads, people still use that. That's scary. And obviously Google, Bing, and Meta. And then obviously Google social SEO search, Bing for ads for off whatever they have on Edge. People use Edge, which is scary. Meta, obviously, the metaverse, so WhatsApp, uh, Facebook, I don't know what Facebook is anymore, Instagram, you get the idea. So this is what it did. This was the previous version, so I'm going to show you from the previous version up here. So this is what GPT did. Visual story cut up at 4 to 7 seconds. It didn't do too bad with the carousel type of stuff, carousel ads. Not too bad. Maybe testing. So what it did is this one basically went into more detail. So compared to that, they just did the carousel. They gave you kind of like a basic information. So with the DeepSeek R1, as I said, it's all the pro features from GPT and all these other models, similar models for free. Put that on. So visual drone footage of deforestation, because obviously it's again, they're a little bit woke, the company. I'm not really a big, but aside from that. So obviously they're global, the whole, as they say, initiative type of stuff, or as I must call it, the money laundering schemes. And so visual drone footage deforestation, and then the source, like you go to Getty Images, get this with an SFX, then have a text overlay of the trees, and then music would be this. So, and then visual, either 2K or 4K shot, macro of this process. We'd use this overlay of trees, tree-free tech of 43 calcium carbonate, 57 polypropylene. Jesus, French and English isn't easy. I don't even speak French. That's the funny thing. Voiceover, we can reinvent paper. So like this is like the ad, and then doing the voiceover, getting your stock images, or if you can like create anything on AI. So like if you have like, I don't know, something like Kling or anything like that, you can do that, like a little like reel or whatever, or you can use as well Runway, or Runway, and there's another one, Midjourney. They can do some good stuff too. I haven't tested them out yet, but eventually. And then 8 to 11 seconds, you do the split screen, left OG label of Absolute Vodka bottle, feature close up, and then animated with the water. Then get your text, less waste, higher recycling, all that type of stuff. Get free samples at such and such. It can scan the QR code, take you to the website. And then we got the carousel ads, got the labels. So as I say, as you can see, compared to the GPT version, the DeepSeek is a lot more intense. It gets to a lot more into detail, all that type of stuff. OGT sheet, under dry ice and boiling water. So this is for the paper. So they're basically comparing what it can do. Copy of this, indigo, it should be indigo, printed for 4 hours on 4 days. And then you got the image of the banner in desert sun with UV meter. Folds without cracking, image of Mark III Andy Pro 3 copy. Audience targeting, so who would be the target audience for the meta ads? So pretty much it would be managers, packaging managers in the EU or America, in CPRA and EPR zone. So basically the whole, environmentalism type of stuff. But with interest in FEC certification, all that type of stuff, placement, Instagram stories, or reels and stuff like that. Then we got the SEO. So your SEO, your search engine optimization, or your SEM, search engine marketing, is very important, because you need to have certain labels within that so people can search it up on Google, and then to have higher placement, then people will get directed to like other sites. Same thing, headlines, exact match and emotional hook, pretty similar to what I just explained. And then please upgrade to this paper. Again, freeze your labels to -40 with the vodka example. It's already there. So pretty much it's just basically building off one another. Extensions, so size and thickness, compliance as the state, the FDA, OSHA, very similar to what I did before. exact match, synthetic paper for outdoor labels, tree-free packaging, all that type of stuff. Negative keywords, cheap GUI, non-recyclable, bid adjustments, so 35 plus for chemical labels. So if you want to get like higher into like the bid and the keywords and get more traction to your product, you can do that. And then we had the Bing ads. People still use Bing, which is kind of confusing. People still use Edge, which is also very confusing. It scares me. So we got the cost. So cost, a lot cheaper versus laminated paper. So since it's plastic, but it's kind of ironic, it's plastic, but yet plastic is bad for the environment, but yet it's okay because it's something magical fairy dust. Yeah. So we got that cheaper paper, but laminated paper, durable, survives forklifts, food and beverage, certified, automotive resists oil, grease, tamper evident for like, for the big pharma and everything, extensions, custom rolls, cut 72 hours, cycling, obviously look at certain ads, like promotional stuff. Hi, I'm such and such from Ford, or I'm such and such from Pfizer, or whatever it could be. I use such and such paper because of da 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 da. And then obviously that would take you to like the link or something like that to the site. Audience targeting, procurement managers and supply chain directors, locations, obviously the location data. And then now we have our cross-platform functionality, or conversion optimization to be, a lot more fancier. So what that is that you would use your Meta, and then from Meta, you would then advertise it to, let's say, X or Google or something like that, to YouTube, and then you would get those people from Meta over to YouTube, and then from YouTube over to X. And then we have their ads. Each ad would be different based on certain placement, but it can be done. And then A/B testing. So we're going to put one on a Bing ad, and then we're going to put a Meta ad. We're going to put the same ad. We're going to see if it's similar. We're going to see if there's any similar results, similar in the sense of like similar results. If the results don't work for Bing, then we try something else. But if it goes for Meta, then we're going to use that strategy, and then we test something else from YouTube. So we're going to do the same X, and then you get the idea. So we're going to have the same ad, 2 different platforms, see how it does. And if it does good on one platform, we use that for that platform. If it doesn't, then we have to change the strategy. So performance tracking, so your target audience, see what the retention is. If it's good, keep on doing stuff like that. If it's not, then change it up. Same thing with Google, and then Bing, and then technical copywriting instances. Another words, things to look out for, and stuff to, to fix. So for example, durability, Blaxo-oriented polypropylene matrix with carbonate fiber surface. So like these are basically like the things that you should look out for to improve the product. And then result, a globally cohesive emotional resistance campaign that converts eco-conscious brands and cost-driven procurement teams alike, backed by automatic level data tracking and obviously good A/B testing. So pretty much it's just basically building off. So pretty much you try to find the similarities, you try to find stuff that works, and that's how you would do a good ad campaign. This is with DeepSeek, a lot better than GPT. Thank you everyone for watching, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Mr. Z out.